me on the dance floor. I know you heard me on my YouTube, but you still don't pay me no attention. Listen to what you get for extension. He says no, he says no, he says we got a different get every day of the week. It's true, I'm trying to put a rush on you. I gotta let you know that I got something for you.
Skills@skillsmethod.com, danceforseduction.com. A big shout out to all the hustlers, players, pimps, puas, natural gigolos, mags, playboys, fuckboys, fuck it, everybody. Red light, unreceptive, not interested, time waster. Alright, guys, so I decided to make this video because I see like some guys are like, we had a discussion about how screening game has been bastardized. Yeah, and I did a post on how screening games has been bastardized, and I was very upset by Locario and a bunch of these guys that I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But we had some guys in the forum doing a little bit of screening again. Okay, now um, screening is a different type of game that is focusing on just going for women that are really green. And we're gonna go. I'm gonna have a video and teach you everything that you need to know about greens. And but this is like a long, like all like years discussion. So I'm tired of these discussions. I don't think right now is. I mean, game is like the stock market. So it can you can have down to fuck women. You can then there are periods we don't have them. Then there are periods where technical games work better. There are periods where indirects work better. There are periods everything works, but there are periods that some things work better than others. I don't think right now, as I'm doing the video, even though I said down, I have videos saying down to folks are back and all this shit. Right now, I think it's slowing down. Okay, it's slowing down again. So just like the stock market goes up, down, housing market, the interest rates go up and down. I think right now it's slowing down with the green down to Fox stuff. Okay, most guys are gonna be dealing with yellows. Okay, but that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Okay, and that's why the field testing exists in the community. But I want to make this since there are a couple of screening coming back, like Brad Mindless is back. You have a Spike a little bit doing a screening. I used to be a hardcore screener back in the days. Again, I don't say working that much in this environment, but I used to be a hardcore. So I get annoyed when people try to teach me stuff I've been teaching for like 10 years, 15 years. And then but we lost a guy called a really OG seducer called Razor Jack because of this stupid ass discussion. Because traditional gamers don't really give a shit about uh, about red, green, whatever, um, and they're more like into seduction, like into influence. They don't give a shit. They go assuming they can seduce. They have the mentality. I can even though you cannot seduce every girl you want. They have the attitude, the mentality. Hey, with my skill level, with my experience, I can flip any girl, and that's a good attitude to have. I have that attitude nowadays. Okay, but I'm gonna go over the red because there was a because that's how we lost the OG Razor Jai because there are people that believe you cannot convert the red, but you can. I have done it. This is factual. I have done it. I done it with a girl that lasted 10 years. Is it worth it? Probably not. Probably not. But I wanna teach you guys. I'm gonna start with the reds because the reds are the more controversial ones, and I'm gonna show you how in cases you can convert it and how to convert it. Okay? Because people think you cannot convert the red. That's totally not true. You can convert the get that is red. You can convert it, and you probably have heard about the scenarios where somebody converted a red. But I mean, if you think hard enough you should be able in your life to see scenarios where people have converted a red. Again, my ex of 10 years, she was a red, total red. I converted her. Okay. So let's start with the video, guys. So if you read modern seduction books, for example, the screeners, 60 Years of Challenge, Saros Leasing, Mod 1, my book. Um, those are the guys, Good Looking Loser, etc. Those are the guys that we call screeners. Screeners are guys that are more fundamental, uh, passive, like they focus more on fundamentals, right? Like on being attractive and screening for women that are attracted to you on more attracted to you on the greenish girls. And we're gonna go on the greenish, but I want to start with the reds because the red is the source of most controversy. 50% of the women you interact with uh, will be red. Okay, so what are the red? Red is the red light. Like when you're driving, you have the red light, you have to stop, right? So those are women that are red that are not interested, right? Or when you take a test and they put an F, it's in red, right? You failed the test, right? So those are women that are not interested, are not receptive. They're usually they're gonna be a waste of time, okay? Because why it's gonna be a waste of time or require a lot more effort, okay? Um, the typical case is that they have a boyfriend or there is a lot of friction. You're either too old or too young, or you're not her type, or they don't like your personality, or they don't like your race or your style or whatever. It could be a million shit. Okay. Um, or they were girls that they were lukewarm. They kind of like you. They were in the fence, and then you were either too needy or you did something unattractive that make them go all the way to red. Okay, all the way to not interested now. Okay. Um, even if a girl was a green, you can go to red, right? Let's say you let's say you go on a date and the girl really likes you and she loves you and she really, oh my god, this is the guy of my dreams, and let's say she's a hardcore Jewish girl, and you show up and then you show her a tattoo of your swastika and then you pull out your dick and do something weird. So a girl can go from green to red, or the girl, but it's very unusual. You have to fuck up a lot. Well, there are good looking guys that they open their mouth and they don't know what they're doing, and that can turn a get off. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna show you a video example of a good looking guy and everything, how the girl went red, because of the way he looks or his style on anything, but because of his actions. Okay, so again, this woman will put you in, you if you like, if you're in a social circle, they're gonna put you in the friend zone, usually in the social circle. If you're doing call approach is approaching strangers, they're gonna put you into the nothing, like you're a nobody. Okay, she's gonna give you the number just to give you the number, and if it's the right number or if it's the right social media, they're probably gonna block you, or they're gonna ghost, or maybe they respond once, but they're really not interested. They're not really invested. They have no interest. They have very low to no investment. Usually the main girls that you're gonna see that are red are usually girls that have a boyfriend. But no, because having a boyfriend doesn't mean you cannot seduce a girl. Well, I'm saying they have a boyfriend and they are in a good spot with the boyfriend. They're very invested in that relationship, and they haven't reached the breaking point, or they haven't reached the point where they're chopping around. So they're more or less in the honeymoon period or in a stable relationship. Okay, could be marriage, could be a boyfriend. Those are gonna be mainly the red girls. Now there is another segment of red girls that are gonna be women. Women were women when you are not their type at all. Okay, like the physical type. Okay, that you're not their type. But again, Those girls, believe it or not, can be converted even if you're not their type. Okay, even if you're not their type, they can be converted. Okay. I've seen it. I've done it. And again, my ex of 10 years, I was not her type at all. And I was with her 10 years, huh? And she fell madly in love with me. And I'm sure you guys, if you think again, you can think of stories like that. Usually, because you don't they don't like you either physically, your race, your whatever, fill in the blank. But mainly it's not that. That's gonna be a small percentage of it. Mainly, a lot of the times is because you are very needy or you are not attractive in your actions versus the outward physicality. It's a lot of times it's because you do things that has nothing to do with the outward looks. It is your timing is off. You're too needy. You got no game. You got no swagger. Things like that. Okay. Um. Okay. Now these girls are possible to convert. My current girlfriend again went from neutral to not interested due to my neediness with her, and I was also not her type again physically. Okay. But and you can convert it, but the amount of effort and work is not worth it. It's not worth it, but actually it is because a lot of those girls are gonna be really hot. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so these girls usually will tell you that they have a boyfriend. Even if they don't have one, they will walk away. They be flaky. They will block you. They will talk to you about other dudes if you're in the social that they like in the social circle. Get annoyed by you easily, nitpick on you easily, tell you to go fuck yourself, give you fake numbers, even physically harm you, throw drinks at you and shit like that. Uh, get bouncers to kick you out, shit like that. A lot of but that's a minority girls. Most Gen Z and Gen Z girls are not like that, you know. Now, if you're gonna approach, try to go to the other way. If you're dancing and you're gonna try and dance with them, they're gonna hold their friends, or they can say, she's my girlfriend," like pretend she's a lesbian. Um, Again, you're gonna feel it. It's very obvious. It's like sometimes, I mean, the good thing about Gen Z is that Gen Z girls are cool, but sometimes women have to be overly rude. The reason that a lot of girls are that have to be overly rude is because a lot of girls have bad experience with guys that when they say they when they get it when they kept it ambiguous and say they weren't interested when they kept it ambiguous, the guys didn't get the hint, or the guy stuck around, or the guy kept being persistent and they didn't get the hint. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes the guy has to be overly rude, like over the top rude. And it's because of that, because they have had bad experiences, especially the hot women. Okay. Now, let me see what I said here in my article. These girls, and I'm gonna post the article. These girls are a huge waste of time. Again, not always. Uh, Now I give Excel example here. Is like you call a client and you start pitching him to sell real estate, right? You pitch them, and they tell you, "No, I have no money." And then when you start pressing, they tell you they work at they work at McDonald's, getting $7 an hour. So there is no way they're gonna be able to afford the house or the car, right? That you're selling, right? Again, this is about 50% of women. So how can you convert reds? I want to make this practical. How you can convert reds? There are many ways to do it. Okay, so a relationship is not gonna be stable and hot forever, right? The honeymoon period, right? So eventually she can get it into friction. She can have issues in the relationship, or break up, or be on the final stages of the relationship, right? So now that girl that was red, she's a little bit more yellowish, right? Or even green, right? Or maybe that day that she saw you at the club, you were dressed like shit and you didn't have and you were a little bit fat, right? Or you were out of style, right? The style you had was out. And now she saw you second time, and now, fuck, this guy looks good. Now he's working out. Now he has a different style. Now he's like cool. Now he's wow. Look at all these girls that he's hanging out with, or all the attention he's getting. So a girl can always go from red um, to yellow or red to green. Okay, or it could be also that when you met you were working at McDonald's, and a couple of months later you got a job with freaking Microsoft, right? Or when she met you, you had like fucking beat up car, and now you have a I don't like to give these examples, but I'm just making the analogy. I just want to make the analogy that you can convert a red to a green. But if you what you're looking, but if you're playing the screening game, so the context guy, if you're playing the screening game is minimal time looking for women that are down to folk that are green. So that's the focus. The focus of the screening game is just to you screening, meaning you're getting rid of the girls that are either yellow or too yellowish or greenish, and focus more on the girls that are down, down, down. Again, I don't see these opportunities as much as previous years because, in my opinion, night game, for example, has become a big social circle. But they're still out there, okay? They're still out there, okay? And depending on the occasion, on the venue, and all the stuff, okay? But it's not as it used to be when those books and those guys that are screeners were gaming, okay? My opinion. Everybody has a different opinions for you to prove this. Now, guys, I'm gonna give you an example of a red. I'm gonna start with the reds. I'm gonna give you example of a red, and I'm gonna show you a guy that was actually good looking, dressed nice for the era. I mean, if you look, it's an old video. Well, the guy was good looking, tall, muscular, dressed nice for the era, swagger. He didn't even. However, this is what I tell people, uh, seducers, that they don't believe me. How hard it is to work on negative compliance. You will be able to see it on the video. So I'm gonna play the video commentary first, and then the video with no commentary. Okay. All right. See you later, guys. This video is just too long, so I decided. I mean, this is an old video that I have, but I decided just to talk a little bit over the video because this video is kind of boring, anyways. So this guy for this, she's like a mid 7, almost an 8 for some guys. But the guy is not bad looking. This guy's tall, is black, is muscular, so he's okay. So let's see.
I would like somebody that knows who they are, confident, but yet knows how to treat a woman.
I'm just really looking for that my queen.
This is an old dating game. The dating show, I'm sorry.
Take a step back there, Scott.
So here's the first mistake. So now you see the guy's in shape, so he works out, the good fundamentals, good style. That guy's a good looking guy. He actually looks like Tomino from the forum. He looks like Tomino from the forum. Shit, his skills calling. Fuck. So this guy made a mistake. Look, he's
Thank you very much.
he brought the flowers and teddy bear. So what is wrong with that? Show up to the day with flower and teddy bear. Is now he's gonna work from then on from a negative compliance because the timing was off. It's okay to give flowers and teddy bear. I can give it to a girl I have fought 50 times, right? But when you give it, but when you give it like that, like this guy, it's like buying girls drink too fast, or paying a girl to give you a pussy, right? That's gonna kill her attraction. It's gonna kill her attraction because you're just too easy. You're just a puppet. Your timing is off, and she looks at that as manipulation. Like this guy doesn't know me. Why is he giving me flowers? Why is he giving me a teddy bear? He doesn't even know me. So now he got to work from negative compliance from there. So she went from a possible yellow, even green, from the open, from the start, to a freaking red. So no, now this guy's gonna work from negative compliance. This guy didn't do. Other than that, he didn't do anything wrong.
What's up? You ever
He's
been this way?
confident. He's not shy.
Okay.
He escalated from the right away. But that flower shed on the teddy bear shed, game over from the get go. So
Yeah, I'm ready. You?
Yeah, we about to
let's see what else.
roll. We finna roll out of
Choice
here.
of date is okay, an activity. You see, it's okay. Uh, I wouldn't,
Yes, I'm
I wouldn't have
28,
chosen
single,
this
no
type of
children.
activity for a date though. Uh,
No exes that are psycho.
but it's not bad. It's not horrible.
For all you know, this might be the first day of the rest of your life.
I wouldn't do what he's
First
doing
day
now.
of the rest
I
of
would
my
have put
life.
music and ignore her and not try. And probably disqualify myself.
Hi, welcome to
Okay,
our
one way
Fun
to
Factory.
gain reds is just to disqualify yourself so she can lower the guard. It's sad because this guy has potential. This guy
White
has.
chocolate and dark chocolate
I
mix
mean,
also.
he's not bad, but now he's working for negative compliance. You see that
Okay,
you
okay.
you you heard you guys hear the
Just think
same.
of all the things
First
you do
impression
to
are
make
important,
thing a
right?
white chocolate.
His first impression, bringing flowers and a teddy bear, is game over. Now he's working from total negative compliance to change that perception she has on him. It's gonna be a mess.
I don't know. It kind of so far in the day, kind of seems like kind of standoffish. Like
Oh
we're
my
kind
god.
of far apart right now, so I don't know if we got really no chance of figuring each other out. It's kind of like it's not good, it's not bad. It's like somewhere in the middle. I'll have a feeling it's gonna get better a little later on. After we get a little food in our system, that should make things better. Are you just a little nervous because it's the first day? You don't know what to expect.
I just, right now I'm just kind of like chilling out.
The most work I've got to try and break the ice with somebody. Now, are you just like a good old-fashioned good church girl? Is that what it is? You just don't want to come off as the bad girl, so you kind of get freeze up a little
Okay,
bit.
listen. All right, just go lay it out. All right. When you open the door today, trust me, I seen your face. Damn.
I mean, this doesn't matter because it's her perception.
Yeah,
So
got the
her
chocolate
perception
chips,
is
the
what
chocolate
matters. It
stuff.
doesn't matter if it's true or not true. It's her
That's what
emotion,
she
her
said.
perception.
All right.
Damn.
And that's why
You
you
wouldn't know.
that's why PUA says not to
I
give
mean,
freaking flowers to woman or teddy bears, which is your mom's, your friends.
So you should have been
Even my girlfriend today,
I
she
was giving
says
you what kind of
she
confidence
would have
do you
loved
want
if I
from
would have
me
given her flowers at the
when you
beginning.
see somebody that looks good? But if you up
Nonsense.
here,
Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
then you should expect
It
somebody
doesn't
to
matter
look
if she
good.
confuses
That's
that.
kind of
That's her
like when I
perception
first
because
met you.
he fucked up at the
I was
beginning.
like,
So now he's working in negative
it wasn't
compliance
like
all
that.
over.
okay. So you don't have much to say. We don't have much to say.
I don't mind saying anything. I mean, it's not like just because we ain't connected don't mean we can't talk, right?
Whatever. Whatever, man. Well,
This is horrible. Horrible.
blah, blah,
Like
blah,
he's
blah,
angry.
blah, 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 blah,
Like
blah,
a sour
blah, blah,
loser.
blah,
Horrible.
blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah,
Childish.
blah, blah, blah,
Bad.
blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, it's the end of the night, and it's probably going to be the best thing for us.
You're
And
the best thing going.
take care
You
and
take care, too.
Oh well.
peace.
Okay, not exactly one of dating's finer moments, but if I understand this correctly, being attracted to Shauna makes Damien a loser? Come on back.
Not my type when I first seen him. I wasn't really attracted to him, so I just figured, hey, I'll just go through with the rest of the date to see what happens.
I bought the teddy bear and the flowers, and it was a complete waste of time. I should have gave it to somebody else that would have appreciated it a lot more.
The teddy bear will probably be shredded to pieces tonight because I'm going to take out all my frustrations and silent moments on the teddy bear.
Well, I look at dating as a numbers game. You're going to run across some bad before you get to the good. So for you young ladies out there, if you like me, give me a call.
No second date with Damien.
There definitely will not ever be a second date with Shauna.
Hope you, if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments or hit me up danceforseduction@gmail.com for coaching. Or if you guys have detail or something, advice or whatever. My students are getting really good results, even coming from other coaches. Okay, I don't BS you. I teach you style. I teach you fitness. I teach you how to get good with women, how to text, how to be funny, everything you need to know, bro. For Gen Z, no time machine seducer. All right, so hit me up, danceforseduction@gmail.com. Get the book. If you don't like me, suck on my left, not the right one. Is